Hello and welcome back to another beautiful puzzle. White is up 6 pawns and 1 knight, but black is only 1 square away from promotion and from checkmating us. So the challenge for this one is how to stop that pawn from promoting. It's obvious we need to start with a check, and the only one available in this position are knight to e4 and a knight to d5. One is winning and one is losing. If you have said the first move is knight to d5, unfortunately you would lose this game, because after king to d2, you won't have any other check and black would be able to promote next turn. Knight e4 was the correct move here because it came with a check while also covered the d2 square, forcing black to move to d3. You know I won't be showing you this puzzle if king b2 would save the game. If you have rushed here and played that move, you would be checkmated once again. Black would play bishop to e5, check, and even if you block the promotion square, black can kick you out of there and win the game afterwards. We still can't allow black any free moves here, because of the checkmate, so we need to continue this with a check. Knight c5, and after king c3, knight b2 seems like we solved this puzzle, covering the promotion square. But here, black has some tricks up his sleeve with bishop to e5, threatening a discovery checkmate after he would move his king. As I said, we can play something random, because we will get checkmated. We also can play knight to c1, because this is also will be a mate in one. So, what is left? We see that the problem is that bishop, and we need to somehow kick him away from that diagonal. This is why the next correct move here is pawn f4, attacking the bishop. If black will take it, we can promote and this will be an easy win for white. But black knows that he cannot move the bishop from that diagonal, so he will move it to either f6 or g7. If he would have moved it to h8, we can promote our pawn, because the discovery check wouldn't work anymore, due to the fact that the queen can take the bishop. This is why it goes to g7. Now, can you see the continuation here? The bishop is still a problem from us, so is there a way to still attack him? The brilliant move here is an under promotion to a knight. And you can see that the knight covers both the g7 square and the f6 square, so no matter which square black would have chosen for the bishop, our knight will still attack it. But the problem with the knight promotion is that black bishop can now safely go to h8, and the threat is still there. Let me know in the comments if you can see how white can defend against this. In this position, white can go to h5. And now, if black tries to mate us, pawn to f6 would block the check. Okay, going back. Again, black sees this and he will play bishop to e5, recreating the same threat. White will move bishop to h2, and here black needs to accept this sacrifice, because his bishop has nowhere else to go on that diagonal without being captured. Now, with that bishop being moved, white has gained a tempo which he can use. Now remember, black's plan is still to bring his bishop to e5 and mate us with a discovery. So, that threat wasn't eliminated. How can white still deal with this? The knight on e8 is too far away, and the knight on b3 is stuck guarding the c1. Now, looking at the board, which of those pawns can potentially stop the bishop? If you have set the b1, you will be correct. Now, I think most of you would automatically queen over here, and after the discovery check, you will simply take the bishop and will win this in the next few turns. But I have some bad news for you if you did that. If black would evade the check on c4 and promote the pawn next turn, he will find himself in a very surprisingly stalemate. So, the only way to defend against this in this position is an under promotion to a bishop. Now, black takes your bishop and still want to come back to e5 for that checkmate. White need to gain a new tempo over here, because he wants to promote the e-pawn in order to defend against the e5 threat. And the only correct move here is knight to c7. Even if at the first glance knight c7 and knight d6 seems the same, knight d6 would allow black to capture your pawn once you would have pushed it to e7. and now you will have no way of stopping the bishop. But instead, if you'll have moved it to c7, black will be one move too late to stop your pawn for promoting. So his only option is to bring it back to e5. Now, I hope you learned something from earlier and you didn't rush once again to promote to a queen, because if so, black will find himself in the same stalemate scenario. And now for the last move of this puzzle, we need to under-promote to a rook, because now, if black will make the discovery check, after we take his queen, the king can still go to c3 or d4. Here, black only move is to step back to f6, but white will be able to shut him down by playing rook e6 and pawn f6, cutting him away and basically trap him in that corner. Now black has no more tricks up his sleeve and white would easily win this. What a nice and beautiful puzzle, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it entertaining. Thank you again for watching and see you in the next one. Cheers!